People are wired in many ways that manifest their humanness no matter where they live. Music is important as a means of allowing aesthetic experiences that mirror the beautiful, the sorrowful, and the sublime. Music is that mirror, and every man, woman, and child can think and feel the music and through music. Yet, depending upon their cultural conditioning, the climate of their communities, their environmental surroundings, and their cultural values, music will take on different sounds and social items that Barbados has to promote a separate and unique cultural identity. And when Indra alluded to, if I play, I don't remember the Jamaican artist she called, and I play buggy in Kenton, there's something very, very important that we must remember. If you play a buggy and you play the Jamaican artist, you are hearing to Jamaica. I find that we in Barbados come up with all these excuses of artists. Barbadians don't like this. And for your benefit, Indrani, we play buggy, we play a Wesu, we play a Simon Pipe, we play everybody. Our issue is that when a Barbadian writes a rap song, and this is where this point comes back into play now. A Barbadian talks about things in a rap song that don't exist in many places in the Caribbean. I mean, the terminology is so American all over. We don't have them type of killings down here. We don't have them type of things down here. And they expect you to inundate your station with these mock songs and mock performers. We have had rap artists in Barbados, DKK, who recorded with Nicholas Franklin way back in the early 80s. Although they copied the style of Run DMC, all the topical content was pertinent to who we are as a people. Let me say it to the people who claim they understand music. When Run DMC and Jazzy Jeff and all these people rap about anything, it is social strata they're experiencing. They rap what they experience, they rap what they see. So when the artists in Barbados who claim they are so diversified and they got so much talent, release a song to the radio station, and I can't tell the difference whether it is a Jamaican, I know it's a Jamaican because it's some mock, trying to copy and it's stupid. And these are not the things we can do. So when you go to your travels, and you sound like Messi Gray, or you sound like whoever you want to sound like, somebody has to ask the question, well, that is what's going on in Barbados? Well, we didn't even know, because over the years, they never saw Barbados as that. They would never ask you if you live in Jamaica, because they know that Jamaica has an identifiable sound. Barbados has, and I don't mind being copying off a thing, but Barbados music can clearly be identified because it's different to everybody else. And even the way we play soca music is different to how Trinidad, Antigua, St. Vincent, Martinique, Guadeloupe, everybody else got their cultural. Why is it that we are so anxious to get rid of this cultural identity and bringing this thing in our country called cultural diversity? We're confusing the issue. It does not really diversity stand in its position in culture at all. The diversity stand in the ability of the artists to take diverse genres and deal with them effectively, but make it their own. So when UB40 did all the reggae songs at Red Redwine and Cherry Baby and all that, they had a distinct English reggae song that did not carry the Jamaican drum and bass. This is where we're getting confused in this thing called Barbados, and radio stations and DJs taking a lot of links for a lot of
people. If you really want to break it down and look at it, identity and national identity is never such a simple idea, because who chooses and says that top music should be seen as part of Barbadian identity? What were the other stuff that was left out at that time? What were the 60s Latin bands that got mass popularity? The people that were trying to do that sound, that that acoustic landing sound was big in hotels in the 1960s. Where was that co-opted into the project? Somebody say, because that was not unique to Barbados. That was not, but the whole idea, when you start interrogating and look at it more closely, you begin to see all the contradictions popping up. So at which point does something become in this whole nationalist narrative that you're trying to construct? At which point did the penny whistle, the snare drum, and the bass drum become and be claimed by Barbadians? Is it the rhythms we play on them? They dissect the rhythms, and there are 3 types of tuck, not just the tuck that everybody likes to walk up to. When we look at the 3 types of tuck, the fasci, the waltz, and the tuck. The 2 fasci and waltz, fasci, they have a direct relationship to New Orleans music, and it's from directly the same patterns even within New Orleans culture. So is that Barbadian? What is that we're interrogating more? We say, not really Barbadian in its essence, you know. But these things are given now and become as cliches that this is music, this is what we do. Spooge is what we do. But when we look at different concepts of identity and embracing a wider variation, a wider conceptualization of what we are as Caribbean people, and not just narrowing it down to this straight nationalist objective, then we really see what can be possible, as Walcott says, the other Walcott, not family to me, that we must look at the fragments that make Caribbean people, but that's what makes us Caribbean people. The Europeans, the Jews, the Syrians, the Africans, all these people came to make Caribbean identities unique. But what Arnold is getting to, and this is a point that a lot of the other musicians brought up to, is the inferiority complex some musicians have in seeking to express what they term to be Barbadian. So people have cast that's put this as this is Barbadian music, but some musicians are scared now, and it seems to contradict myself, I'm just expressing the complexity of the issue, are scared now to perform this music. They're scared to engage with this music. When we look at the type of comments some people make about the music, that holds no scope for me. And when we see the type of talent and ability that are going into other genres outside of the stuff that's introduced and evolved in Barbados, then we can see that maybe that there's some point of truth to what I'm going to say, in that where more people engage with these type of forms, engage with this music, where they're running from it, where they're not seeking to constantly work with it, to constantly engage with it. And that's another issue and complexity of us, the idea of Barbadian identity and in a wider scope within the idea of Caribbean identity.
The Marimeng, Mike Grosvenor, Wendy Allen were superstars. They could not walk through any airport without being mobbed. You could go 7 nights a week, and there are 7 different bands every night of a high standard, and the world was selling 20,000 units a week. A week, not a month or a year. 20,000 units used to leave here every Thursday and go down to the islands and sell. So do we have an industry?
Yes, we have a situation where, and this has stopped the music industry from developing. We got lots of singers, lots of talented musicians, lots of people who want to do it, but they ain't got no money to do it. And when you invest your hard-earned salary, $3,000, that might be the cheapest recording you may get, there's no guarantee that the radio station, because it's not legislated, will support that. A couple of years ago when the BLP was involved, I personally asked the then Minister of Culture to help the industry from this perspective. Legislate that the stations at least play 40% of local music, at least 40. That's all we wanted, 40%. And I was told Barbados could not do it because we were signatory to all types of international treaties. And if we had taken that road, all the other countries could have adopted that stance, and then we would have been left out. I think that's bull. I firmly believe, and I know I get along for cars with the artists, I don't care, but I still argue for them. I believe that if we don't start now that our young people are so culturally rich and doing all types of nice little innovations and inventions, I think now is the time that the radio stations can easily go 50%. But here's the other problem that we got. The popular FM stations in this country don't believe that anything local should be on them. They give prominence to the international sounding music and the smutty and nasty dancehall and something worse, so I guess someone's like a player. And we got people in this country doing some real good music and they can't get on FM. So you know what they do? They push them on the 100.7s, the 94.7s. And when you look at the survey, who rated high in the survey? 95.3, Slam, 98.1. Ask any of them 3 stations what percentage of local music they play, because that is the station that reaches the young people. That is why we can't talk industry, because the artisans in the industry don't understand where it is.
I usually do a question where I ask my students, what is industry? Because I hear this term, it doesn't have the industry, but I said, what is the industry then? I don't know. It's industry. We do not have an industry image of the United States, but not many countries in the world do. But I already say that Cuba doesn't have an industry because they have weak publishing, they do not have much royalty collection. But so how do we define the industry? Do we define the industry with more people working in it? Do we define the industry about the systems, the amount of professionals in each space? How do we define the industry? That's the question I want to go on.
For me, I know we have allegedly hundreds of entertainers in Barbados, but I think when Chris and I were counting individuals who do it full time, there are about 35, and that was including individual people in bands and producers and engineers, which is really pathetic, who actually do it full time and who have always done it full time. That out of hundreds means there's this. Where's the work? There's not as many live bands as there used to be before. There were a lot of, like anywhere you went, as in Jamaica and Trinidad and Cuba and those places that value their artistic expression, there's always something happening, always places to go, always somebody playing. Now there's maybe one venue with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of thing. So we don't have as much going on, and everybody in terms of ads, everybody's like diversifying and doing ads or doing background vocals or doing this to try to make money, doing the same thing that we love to do in music, but just in different teaching, giving guitar lessons to try to be really, really innovative, to create our own jobs within the job that we've chosen. So I guess maybe that for me is that that's not good enough.
You know, people complain about lack of radio play and what's not. I see people like Beijing Farid, not Beijing Farid, Crime Sun, a lot. I even see the dance group, the UWI dance group, they are doing the flash mob. And these guys, we said the Crime Sons, the Farids, those guys are getting more forward in the parties right now than, let me say, a voice cartel in Nevada. And it is local, and this is despite not having anywhere to play. And the great thing about them, and I know this is a point that Admiral was making earlier, these men singing in raw Beijing. I may not necessarily agree with everything they're singing, especially the Footloop song, which is not one of my favorites. But for Crime Sun singing in pure Beijing, that is Barbadian culture right there. I know it can't left here, but right now it is getting forward here, and that is what I like about it. It's the same thing that Lil Ray, Jesse James, Rankin Ricky, Peter Ram have been doing in the early 90s, and we have not had a musical landscape like that. And since I believe that in my small way, even if it is how I speak on the radio, I am playing my part in Barbadian culture and trying, whether I have to make a vision the power play for the day, a set my pipe, if I have to use a throwback, Peter Ram, throwback, and Lil Ray, throwback, Jesse James, anything. So educated Barbadians and bring our culture to the fore. I don't know about the younger folk, I can't really call myself a young person anymore, but I know all the time whenever artists coming in, we will always ask if this could be a DJ show or a band show. And if we hear it could be a DJ show, the chances of us going will always slim to none. I still think live bands rule over DJs in terms of a performance. I played at the Concord, Saturday Gone for the Food and Wine and Rum Festival. And let me tell you, Bubbles, not myself, could not get that crowd to move before Nexus come on. And I rate myself as a DJ, and I rate Bubbles as a DJ, but it is the power of the live band to come on, then the people gravitate to the center of the dance floor and start the party. And while this might have been a slightly more mature crowd than what's not, I believe live band music still has a place in Barbados, and a very big place in Barbados over DJs anytime.